Let me tell you exactly how I'm gonna be investing my money in 2026. And this year is probably gonna be the biggest change to my investment approach in, I'd say, the last 6 or 7 years. We're gonna get into all of that in a second, but if you're new here, my name's Ryan, I'm 28 years old and I built a £180,000 investment portfolio, and now I essentially help others to do the same. Let me quickly give you some context on how I've invested my money over the years, and then what's gonna change in 2026. For any returning viewers, I'm in a bit of a different setting today, so if you like this style of video, please let me know in the comments below. In my first year of investing, I made pretty much every mistake under the sun. I then settled on using 2 main accounts to build my investment wealth: my stocks and shares ISA and my workplace pension. I essentially just used those 2 accounts from 2018 to 2020. Then in mid-2020, I started using a general investment account, a GIA, and that was to essentially invest a little bit into crypto every single month, and I still do that to this day. This then was essentially the 3 main accounts I used from 2020 to 2022. And during most of this time, I was working as a chartered accountant on a grad scheme in London. I then, and you can probably tell my handwriting is absolutely abysmal, I'm also, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, my nose is peeling. Day 2 of the Boxing Day test killed me off. But I think it was May 2022, and I did make a YouTube video on this at the time. I then opened a SIP because it was in 2021 when I first started making money from Making Money Simple. It wasn't tax effective to withdraw the money into my personal name because I was a higher rate taxpayer and the tax would have been massive. So I then started a SIP to tax efficiently move money from my limited company to my SIP with Vanguard. So essentially, I had these 4 accounts going. I had my stocks and shares ISA, which all my portfolio updates are on YouTube. At its peak, I was doing $650 a month. I had my workplace pension, which was a 6% match with my employer. I had my GIA, general investment account, 50, 60 quid a month, crypto. And I had my SIP, where I'd just intermittently, if that's the right word, move money from my limited company to my SIP with Vanguard. So that was the approach I then followed from 2022 for many years until I then moved to Australia. So we'll call this left-hand side UK. Yeah, my handwriting is honestly really bad. This is a new style of video though, so if you, are enjoying it, please let me know. I then moved to Australia. That doesn't say AU because that stands for down under. G'day mate, couple of shrimp on the barbie. Unfortunately, in Australia, there is no ISA equivalent, so I couldn't use a stocks and shares ISA. I did have a workplace pension, which over here is called a super, and the percentage has changed over the years, but by law, at the time, it was 11% when I first moved here, and I think it's now 12%. But I had money going into my super through my employer every single month. As there wasn't an ISA equivalent, but I wanted to invest more, I then opened up a general investment account with Vanguard Australia, and I used that to contribute a bit of extra money to each month. I still had my SIP though, so I still continued to use my SIP from the UK to move money from my limited company into my SIP. So since being in Australia, this has really been my investment approach. And I guess just as a quick note, wherever you live in the world, if you're lucky enough to be in a developed country and you have disposable income, you will have some investment platform or option open to you. So whatever country you're in, and if you move abroad, just look into it and hopefully you can keep investing. So this has been my approach in recent times. However, if you've watched my recent videos or follow me on Instagram, you may now know that I am now doing Making Money Simple full time, which is exciting. It's also a bit of a risk. So maybe I'm stupid, although I am determined to make it work. But this is how now my investing approach is going to be changing in 2026. I honestly went way too big with the font here. 2026 in yellow. Can you even see that? Okay, I'm gonna have to go back to red. This is not going to be massively aesthetically pleasing, but unfortunately I've got no other pens. One thing I forgot to mention as well was I kept my crypto GIA, so I did keep investing monthly through that. I also do have many other investment accounts. I actually released a full investment portfolio update / reveal a week or so ago. I'll link it down in the description, but this is my bulk of my investing approach, probably 80–90% of how it's changed and evolved over the last 7 or 8 years. So in 2026, these accounts, the glare's not too bad, are what I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna have my general investment account with Vanguard and my crypto general investment account, my SIP, and my business. So now I'm doing this full time and I'm currently not in a position to invest my business cash, but I'm hoping halfway during the year, I can open up a business investment account. The approach will be the exact same as my personal approach to mainly use low-cost global ETFs. I'm not sure what platform I'll use. I need to look into it more and I probably will make a video on that when I do it. It could be Lightyear, Invest Engine, Interactive Investors. I'm still sussing it out, but I will be opening a business investment account, and essentially once I build up some more money in there, this glare's really bad, isn't it? I probably shouldn't have sat next to the window. Once I build up some more money in there, I then will start investing some business cash more consistently. I'm still gonna have my UK SIP, so I'm gonna be moving money from my business bank account into my SIP. I think I'm gonna be quite cautious, conservative at the start, because ultimately I'd like to build up a bit more of a buffer of cash as a business emergency fund and also a bit of an extra personal emergency fund. So I probably won't be doing that at the start of the year, but I'm hoping certainly by halfway through the year, I can start to use my business investing account and be putting money into my SIP again. I'm then gonna keep open and keep using my two general investment accounts. One is for crypto, where I use crypto.com to invest a small amount per month, mainly into Bitcoin with a bit of Ethereum, but also a GIA with Vanguard Australia, which once again, I probably won't put much in the start of the year, but I'm hoping if I can increase my income through making money simple, I can then start putting money in these two accounts and also paying myself some money to then invest it into my Vanguard Australia general investment account. So that is my 2026 approach. So whilst the accounts are slightly changing, definitely compared to what I've done for the last 7 or 8 years, the approach is really going to be the same. Mainly invest into global funds in my various investment accounts, trying to focus on tax efficiency, although there's not going to be that much of it in 2026, with a little bit into crypto to keep that rough 85-15 split. Another quite interesting point as well is when it comes to investing for your business, it's normally better to actually open up a separate limited company. So I need to speak to my accountant and see essentially how to do that and whether it's worth doing. But I suspect it might be better to actually open up a separate limited company, pay a dividend or money up from my current limited company to the new one, and then invest it. However, I'm not an expert on that. And once again, when I do come across that and get through it with my accountant, I will make videos on all of that and try and be as transparent on all of this as I can. And that is my 2026 investing strategy. This year, whilst my investing strategy is going to be the same, the accounts are slightly different and it's likely the amounts are going to be a bit less. But I guess that's the good thing of starting early and building up a foundation already. My money in my existing investing accounts can continue to compound whilst I'm hopefully taking this business full time and trying to make it a success. And if you want to see exactly what I invest into, then watch this video. I'll link somewhere on the screen next where I go through where every penny of my entire 6-figure investment portfolio is invested. Thanks for watching, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.